Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight I've got another ranked battles for you. I am alone once again. This is another one of the matches that I played to get caught up to let them peak in the high division. So this is right on the tail end of the low division leading into what took me into the top tiers. So yeah, we are going to get this match started. Now, when you're by yourself in a battleship in ranked, there's a few things that you have to be willing to do. One is give up damage, okay? You don't always have to do all the damage. Now, when it's there, obviously take it. But there are other goals that you must accomplish to win ranked. And at minimum, keep yourself in the top if you lose ranked. And so in that, what I'm talking about is capturing bases, of course. You have to try to capture bases if you can. And then you deny the enemy on the way there as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to move up. Now there's 2 destroyers on both teams. One thing you'll notice about ranked and what we've been having in the top tiers and stuff lately as far as actual matchmaking is that they try to match the teams 1-to-1. So you get 1 destroyer, you get 1 destroyer, you get 2 destroyers, you get 2 destroyers, that sort of deal. Same thing with cruisers and battleships, though I think that they can be +1 or -1, depending on. But destroyers, at least, there should be the same amount of destroyers on either team, most games. But right off the bat, we've got a Normandy here. He's kind of sailing at an awkward angle. We're going to place the shot over and through the mountain here. Make sure that we have a good shot, and it looks pretty good. Queen Elizabeth is one of the most reliable ships at Tier 5, especially from a battleship standpoint. She packs a wallop. She may not citadel everything all the time, or at least from a battleship. Like, you're not likely to citadel battleships early unless you get close. Then you can absolutely punch them in the mouth. But when you're at distance, you're probably not going to be citadeling. But you're still going to be swinging for 12 to 15,000 damage a shot, even if you're not doing citadels. And that's fantastic. I can't stress how important that is to have that sort of reliability in a ship. And this thing has 15-inch guns. They actually are faster reloading than most of the smaller guns at its tier. So that's a thing as well that you've got to consider. So she's accurate. She's got fast-firing guns. She's relatively mobile. Like, she's not fast. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying she's fast, but maneuverability. She's really good at dodging torps, as long as you're anticipating it. She turns quickly. She's not the longest ship in the world. So it's definitely stuff that you've got to watch. Now, Nuremberg out here is making mistakes with his life. You cannot, under any oh, hello, Fubuki. Hold these. He looks like he's about to charge forward. Come on, are we going to hit him? Did we get it off fast enough? No, not quite close enough. Now, all the torpedoes are spotted thanks to the screening destroyers. Destroyers screening for your team is amazing. I don't know if he did it on purpose, but he definitely at least put himself in a position to be that for our team. We also managed to capture C in the process. So we've managed to lose a destroyer for their destroyer, which is a good trade in my book. I mean, destroyer for destroyer is never going to be a bad one. As long as the destroyers stay equal, I'm not too, nervous about the game. But you'll notice that because we have this, I'm not too worried about going into this base. I am now starting my turn towards the center of the map. Nuremberg gives me a flat broadside to shoot at, slightly angled, but you'll see pretty quickly that that's a terrible idea. And we get our first citadel. Rear guns are almost turned, as you can see, so we're getting ready to potentially give a full broadside to this Normandy. We already citadel him once. But the Normandy, or no, we didn't citadel Normandy. We citadeled the Nuremberg. But Normandy comes out. We're going to give him the full broadside. He starts to think about backing up, so we're going to go ahead and aim a little further back on a ship. Just trying to get as much damage off these guys as we can while still moving towards our goal, and that is to control the caps. Getting multiple caps is your top priority in a domination in ranked or any other domination. In domination, your top priority is getting caps. I cannot say this enough. I say it all the time. If you have caps to take caps. Whatever you're in. Battleships can capture too. We get a nasty shot here through the gap, and I was certain that that was the end of the Nuremberg. Unfortunately, he gets lucky, and one round just goes a little high, one round falls a little bit short, and it just completely misses him. Now, watch the New Mexico here. Now, I don't have a way to shoot him at the moment, but you're going to see that he's about to shoot me while I'm angled. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Queen Elizabeth also has pretty good armor, as long as you're not giving too much broadside. But you can see we take a couple hits there, inconsequential in the greater scheme of things. But look at this shot. And that nice bright red, white, and blue camo just accents where I need to shoot. So wait for it. Pow! We go from 28,000 to 39, so there's another 11,000 damage done right there. Now watch what I do here. I'm capping the base. Yes, it's contested by the Dallas on the other side of the map, or on the other side of the mountain. But watch where my team is. Do you see my team? We have a Mayhan out here who's actually trying to shoot at our destroyer. So we're going to see if we can't help with that situation a little bit. So Mayhan is steaming in the open water. We take the shot, and come on, baby. Looks good. Didn't quite lead him enough. But we get 2 overpins on the rear of his ship. 2,500 damage done. We did our part. It's not the huge hit that we were looking for, but it's more than nothing, you know, as the guy is calling for help against the Mayhem. Now Dallas decides, against all odds, that he wants to back up and give me a chance to absolutely ruin him, and we are not going to let him get away with it. As we take the shot, maybe should have aimed a little further forward so we don't get the citadel that we were looking for, unfortunately. But also our dispersion was a little rough on that one for some reason. Probably aimed a little bit too low, if we're honest. But we definitely didn't aim far enough forward. The friendlies are coming in and actually landing shots now, and he's not long for this world, as the Bayern gives me a pretty juicy shot to shoot at, but he's also spamming high explosive, which is preferable for me because he could have done a lot of damage right there. Unfortunately, we backed up a little too much, got the shell into the island. Not preferable. But you can see we were able to get the center capped because the the Dallas managed to back out of the cap long enough for me to take it, which was preferable. And now we have more points than the enemy handily. Not only are we leading on ships, so we had the points lead in that regard, but we also have 2 caps. Even though he's contesting one of them, he's not long for this world. He's being shot at by everybody behind me. And because I've waited for my team to get into a position where they can move around to help, and that's something that I try to stress to everybody as well. I like to be aggressive. I like to make videos of me being aggressive because it's more entertaining. But in ranked battles especially, you have to know, like yesterday's video, you got to know when to hold them, got to know when to fold them, when to walk away, when to run. It's a dumb song sometimes, okay? I get it. We're not poker players. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense in this situation, right? But it actually makes perfect sense if you think about it. Like, you got to know what you're dealing with, and if you have this many people behind you, why would you pull out broadside in front of 2 battleships? Not to mention the destroyer that we already poked once. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right, guys? So now that my team is starting to move up, even though they're not in the best position possible to help, they are at least in a position, and we're going to try to get some shots on the broadside of this New Mexico. Now, he is in 7-kilometer range. Like, he is in possible citadel range right now, and he shoots at us, gets some overpins, no big deal, and now that he fired his guns, we're going to start moving forward. You can see I've already switched gears. We're going forward, and we're going to try to punch this guy right in the mouth. Now, I'm not going to aim straight for the waterline. I'm going to aim a little high. Again, we may have fired a little early, hit the island once again. Only end up with 6,200 damage because we hit the island with half of our shells. It's unfortunate, but, you know, it is a thing. Now, New Mexico is going to walk right into our wall of skill from our teammate behind us, which is preferable. And that's why I started looking at the Bayern. Now, New Mexico is still alive. Bayern just got touched pretty hard, and we're going to see if we can't finish him off. We've got a nice broadside to shoot at, and so we aim high, and for center of mass, and goodbye. Taking our high caliber with us, and our first kill of the game. Now, New Mexico and a destroyer are still in this, but, you know, they're not long for this world. You got too much firepower looking at you. You've already lost the match. We have cap control. There's not a whole lot you can do. And the Mayhan staying out in the middle of the ocean chasing down a destroyer that just ran away from him is actually costing his team huge here. He could have easily come into the center and messed me up. Now you can see he is going back over to the other side, and unfortunately for him, he runs right into our teammate in the cruiser, which is preferable for us, but not so much for him. Now, New Mexico here, I was concerned he was going to ram me, so I swung wide, and now I am turning towards him. Why am I turning towards him? Because it pulls the back of my ship away, and that helps me keep from getting rammed. As you can see, he is absolutely trying to ram me, and we're just going to sail right on by because he can't turn faster than I can. And he gets killed in the process by the Gaid with his guns. We take a shot at the Mayhan way out there in the distance, hoping to get the yoink, and no! just missed. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. This was a nice example of what you have to do in a battleship if you want to win in ranked. You can't just be the sniper at the back. You've got to be dynamic. You got to be looking for ways to win. And in a domination, you got to be willing to capture bases. 80,000 damage in a tier 5 ranked battle is not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. And when you throw in the fact that we held the center and captured the center solo, then you can see why I stress it so much. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.